Welcome back and thanks for being here. It's Tuesday, it's the 23rd. That means we're just a little more than a week away from the month of September. Yes, indeed. The month of August wraps up a week from tomorrow on the 31st. And then, of course, that is also exactly the time that Founders Day will be officially underway. We'll be talking about that here in the coming days. In case you are not aware as of yet, this time around, they are honoring 4 of our healthcare pioneers here in Magoffin County. And that will be a focus of ours here in the program, in the newspaper, and throughout a lot of events of Founders Day. We'll be talking about that very, very soon. And a lot of other fun things are planned, certainly, to say the least. Tonight, we have some arrests to report, some sports scores to report, some COVID numbers to report, some paving to report, and a host of other things to pass along before I leave you for a beautiful evening. Weather-wise, just a little glimpse ahead. It has gotten better as far as overall conditions. Very little rain to speak of in the 7-day, chances thereof. Temperatures even cranking up just a bit closer to that 90-degree mark on a couple of occasions, closer than we were 24 hours ago. First off, the governor, however, has announced today that he is calling a special session of our state's legislators beginning tomorrow. Their sole focus will be support for flood victims in eastern Kentucky, the flooding which still, at last report, claimed 39 lives. That number has not changed now for the past few weeks. We hope indeed it will not. The governor said that he and legislators have come to an agreement already on the special session. They will be talking about what those counties who are hit so hard need financially and otherwise. He also says that they will be focusing on eastern Kentucky in a similar fashion that they did for western Kentucky during the tornadoes just a few months ago. It was following those tornadoes that legislators came up with about a $200 million support package. That number is being floated around as well in regards to the special session. It could be a 5-day event. I think they're hoping for 3. And again, it starts tomorrow at noon. Quick COVID update. Quick COVID vaccine update before we get to those numbers. Pfizer asked United States regulators yesterday. They submitted a formal request to authorize a new combination COVID-19 vaccine that will specifically fight against and protect against the latest variants of Omicron. They say that this is hopefully something that will result in a fall booster series. The FDA ordered vaccine makers to target their vaccines specifically towards the BA4 and BA5 variants. The BA5 currently dominant across all of the country and largely around the world. BioNTech and Pfizer both say that they are already ready to request boosters be approved for 12 and older, and that upon approval, with no test needed this time around, that they will be ready to get those out within just weeks of FDA approval. Moderna is as well working along similar lines, and they will have their application as well soon submitted. Right now, it's BA5 that is pretty much running rampant across the United States. The vaccines that we already have that are still being used, that are still being given at your Magoffin County Health Department every Tuesday on a walk-in basis are very strong. It says regulators, all healthcare professionals, and others against keeping you safer and healthier from COVID, not so much, however, from getting COVID. And that's what these new vaccines, they say, will be designed to do. Numbers here from the Magoffin County Health Department, our first for the week, continue to support the fact that COVID is again at another peak or peaking. Local and state numbers showing that we're either close to plateauing or we're still on that incline. This is Kentucky's latest map, which came out Friday, that we're just now taking a look at. Only 9 counties in the green, 38 in the red, 38 in the yellow. That leaves 73 in the red. Now, that is a drop from last week. We had 79, so that is a positive note there. We have seen 6 fewer red counties from one week to the next, but still, along with this, we have other numbers released yesterday, and that's the positivity rating, which has again increased. It had gotten down to as low as 17.89 from about 19.1, I think it was. However, for the past 3 weeks now, it has steadily risen just a bit, but 18.4 to 18.5 to 18.96, so right at 19% again, which is about as high as it was about a month ago, and that was a peak for this variant of Omicron. So 18.96%, again, your positivity rating. Well, numbers from the Magafa County Health Department are similar to last week at this time. Top right of your screen, there's previous cases going back to the, of course, month of January, our highest ever. Last week, we had our highest week in months at 109 cases reported to the Magafa County Health Department. And remember, those are only a small fraction of what is believed to be the total cases countywide, which are largely just unknown because folks who test at home, if they're positive, largely, by and large, do not report to the Magafa County Health Department, who would like you to do so just so they can have an accurate read. And then a lot of folks just not testing who actually have COVID. As of this week, we had 28 over the weekend, 2 yesterday, and 26 today. That is 56 for the week thus far. This time last week, we had 61, so we're pretty much on par with last week's numbers, and still, of course, several days to go. Walk-ins for the vaccine, still possible. Don't need an appointment at the Magafa County Health Department, 9 to noon on Tuesdays. If you have any questions, call 349-6212. Just as quick as one arrives, it feels like the next is already about to begin. And Conley Tire doesn't want you to start any of the driving seasons unprepared. Be safe and sound and get there with the best offers on the best tires by the best manufacturers. All with service you've grown to trust. Go to conleytire.net or stop by in Staffordsville to find out more. Or give them a call at 297-2424. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank. 3 days into the week, we'll get you 3 pieces of chicken and all the fixins at your Sagersville Lee's. Wednesday's special is a 3-piece meal, breast, leg, thigh, or leg, thigh, wing, and both come with your choice of any 2 of our famous homemade sides and a biscuit. Sure, you can shop around, compare the price and the meal, and you'll see that you can't, or you can just come to Lee's Wednesday, tomorrow, for a 3-piece meal special. Also famous for our ice. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
The coverage you need when you need it most. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Just days ago, I reported on theft of service arrests of 2 Magafa County men who had essentially run a straight pipe through a water meter and are accused of stealing and wasting more than 100,000 gallons, literally causing a water shortage throughout parts of Magafa County for days and days and days until that situation could be found and resolved. And then once the water district officials did remove that straight pipe, they came back the following day and found a stolen water meter in its place. Tonight, however, local authorities have arrested 2 for theft of services again, this time a different service. According to jail records, Officer Donovan Watson with the Sagersville Police Department According to jail records, Officer Donovan Watson with the Sagersville Police Department According to jail records, Officer Donovan Watson with the Sayersville Police Department was trying to execute an arrest warrant at a location on Patrick Drive, and that's when he and fellow officer Neil Adams went to that residence and then realized that it appeared as though the power had already been disconnected, cut off by the power company, AEP. However, there was a set of jumper cables that had been installed running from the cut line down to the power box. AEP was contacted. They confirmed what was happening, removed the power cables, and then two individuals, Michael Sloan and Jennifer Lee Salisbury, both who lived at the residence or were staying there, were charged with theft of services by the Sayersville Police Department. While Kentucky State Police arrested a woman on Sunday for burglary and criminal mischief and public intoxication, excluding alcohol. This after a Magoffin County woman came home to her residence on Sunday after leaving on Saturday to find that someone had broken into her home. That's what she reported to Post 9 when she called him on Sunday, finding this woman on her porch when she arrived. While in his arrest citation, Officer Tracy Salyer with Post 9 of the State Police details in his accounts that when he arrived a short time after the initial call to Post, he found Kathy McKenzie at the edge of the driveway sitting in the weeds, and after questioning her, he describes her as being high to the extent that she told the officer that she was a cobra, a snake sitting in the weeds, showing obvious signs of being under the influence. The homeowner said again that she had left on Saturday, came home Sunday. McKenzie was on the porch of her residence and still there after the home had been broken into. There were damages inside described as being a busted cook stove top, possibly some other things, which were still being investigated by Officer Salyer. 44-year-old Kathy McKenzie was charged with PI excluding alcohol, burglary in the second, and criminal mischief in the third. Allen Drive is back open after being closed for a number of days. A major break in the roadway on Allen Drive and some repaving also taking place at the same time are both now completed. The first of several repaving projects Mayor Shepherd says are going to be going on in Sayersville after money has finally been freed after being held on a state level for a number of years.
We got some on College Heights. We got 4 places on College Heights. We got 3 places in Dixie. We got the lower end of town, and we got some on West Maple. So it's just different areas. I'll get a list and I'll post that on Facebook and give you a list too what projects we got. I'm hoping we'll have a little bit of money left over after all this is done and get a little more blacktopping done out of the money we got from our road fund. This project here has been a long time coming. A short time on the other end where the road had broke off going into Allen Drive, which was a dangerous situation there, especially with school buses. We did get that fixed yesterday and the day before, and now we're coming on down to Allen Drive and doing so much needing blacktopping there. I've got about 8 or 9 more projects me and the city council do in town to do. A lot of them where the roads have been cut because of water line leakage and stuff like that, but also just some blacktopping, some areas that just seem to just not want to stay smooth. So we're going to try to get that done with the money we got now that we finally have got some money for the roads.
Where's this money coming from?
It's coming from the road fund, which comes from the state. You qualify that by having your audits up to date. And when I took over as mayor, we was about 6 audits behind, and they cost about $8,500 a piece. So it took me my 11-year term to get everything caught up, get money in the bank, and get our road fund money. And we got it the last part of last year, which was in the wintertime. We don't want to blacktop in the wintertime, so this summer we're going to start using it. And we got $100,000 to do blacktopping with.
Would you get that much every year, or?
No. Usually you get about 23,000 like that, but it's built up over the years. Even though we didn't have our audits done, they put it in a fund, and once we get caught up, then they'll release the money. And so they got you kind of in a hard way. If you don't have them done now, you don't get the money. And like I say, at $8,000 a whack, it's took me take this long to get everything caught up and get everything back in good standing with the government.
Up next, a birthday starts off tonight's Magoffin Farm Bureau calendar. I think I was to have this on yesterday's show. Just saw it. The date says 8/22/22. The keeper of a lot of birthdays around here on the show, Jackie Minix. Happy birthday from a lot of family and friends. Happy birthday to you. On the calendar announcements tonight, it's that time. Can you believe Founders Day is next week? Baby and Little Miss and Master pageant sign-ups. They had one round. They had it, I guess, last night. They have two more, though, this Friday and this coming Monday, 4 to 6 at the cabins. And entry fee is $20 per child. It's Baby and then Little Miss and Master pageant sign-ups. Again, this Friday 4 to 6 at the cabins and Monday 4 to 6 at the cabins, and it's $20 to enter. One more time, I'll remind you, because it is going to be this Friday, you need to get signed up if you're planning on doing so. You can be a part of these events online. You don't have to be there in person. They are both in Lexington. Kind of hard to do for a lot of folks, but call Marlene at the Senior Citizen Center if you need some help logging on. They have a family caregiver workshop, 9 till noon this Friday. You can do that online, and then they have, following that, 1 to 3, they have a series on sleep and dementia and the connection between the two. They have Vice President of Medical Scientific Relations, Alzheimer's Association, Dr. Heather Snyder there, Kelly Parsons with UK, and many others. And it's a great opportunity to get some great information. And so's the community calendar, right? You want to know what's going on? Let me know. I'll tell everyone else about it. We've got a big benefit horse show. I'll tell you about it tomorrow night's program coming up down at the West Liberty Horse Park. An area young lady putting that together. But for now, that will wrap up tonight's calendar. And with that, I have one funeral service announcement for this evening and another announcement to be made. The first, arrangements, I just checked, still incomplete at this hour, for 76-year-old Elsie Reisner. She passed away on Monday at Highlands ARH, preceded in death by her husband, Leonard. McGoffin County Funeral Home in charge of those arrangements. And lastly, this asked to be read in loving memory of Cleo Harmon on her birthday. Greatly missed and thought of by her family and friends. It was true last week, true this week, it'll be true next week. There's always new arrivals, and now they're for fall at the seasonal shop. They've got new fall shorts and more coming in soon, but they're already fully stocked on cello jeans and cutoffs, and they're now carrying Hornet football, hats, tees, and sweatshirts just in time for the season, and all proceeds go to the McGoffin County Quarterback Club, plus new Ridge and Holler designs, some that need no explanation, and a complete new line of fall baby clothes. And remember, they have baby and wedding registry. They also have a new line by Capri Blue where fashion meets fragrance. Amazingly pleasing scents across a line of candles, diffusers, soaps, lotions, and perfumes for home, car, and the bath. And do yourself a favor and don't even think about looking anywhere else for fall decorations inside and out before you stop by Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop.
I'm Kelly Collins.
The reassurance of getting your medication and over-the-counter needs.
We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies.
The convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service.
Inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Fraser's Prater Drug Store. It doesn't get any sweeter than that.
I'm Kelly Collins.
And I'm Taylor Shepard.
And we are with the Golden Law Office. We both began our legal careers in Lexington, representing the nation's largest insurance companies. This experience provided us with inside knowledge as to how the insurance company will defend your case.
We are now taking that knowledge and returning to our hometown in Eastern Kentucky.
As a partner at Golden Law Office, we are returning home to continue to help those hurt through no fault of their own. If you or a family member have been injured in an auto or truck accident, call Golden Law Office today.
I'm Bill Tinker. I've spent the past 19 years defending insurance companies in car crashes, truck crashes, and slip and falls. Are you involved in a case like that? Is the insurance company giving you the runaround about your medical bills, your benefits, or your lost wages? Contact me at McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
Stop in at Prohibition today. We have hot coffee, iced coffees, frappuccinos. If you're not a fan of coffee, we have non-coffee beverages like Freshies or Red Bull Kickers. Stop in today for a Pup Cup, whipped cream and dog treats designed specifically for your pup to make their tails wag. Try our delicious donuts from Gracefully Made Donuts, cheesecake and brownies from our local cheesecake lady, and an assortment of other delicious pastries from Rutabaker's Bakery in Moorhead. Stop in or drive through. We're open till 8 p.m. every day, located on the Parkway next to Appalachian Smoke.
Just a little FYI, I am still pleading to find someone to go out and cover some news, film some stories, bring them back in for me to edit, or maybe even someone to maybe help put a little edit on them themselves. Regardless, I used to have my good buddy Wes Brown, who covered football games that I couldn't make it to, like last Friday night season opener at Breathitt County. Hornets did come back with a loss, 0-43. Breathitt County just pretty much had a solid game start to finish. But the Hornets are just one game in, and they're actually at home for 5 games in a row starting this Friday night. I'm still looking for someone to help film ball games and the like, and still pleading. We'll see how that works out. But the boys are hosting Prestonsburg this Friday night here at home, and it is the first, as I said, of a 5-game home streak. And that's it. No more home games after that for the regular season for the Hornets. As for the Lady Hornets, that being on the volleyball court, one win over Morgan County, 3-0. They've dropped 3 other games. Their only 3 other games, 0-3 against Lawrence, Betsy Lane, and Paintsville. And volleyball gets back in action tomorrow night here at home, right around this time, shortly before at 6 o'clock. They're just into a long season. They've got more than 20 games on their regular season schedule, as volleyball always does. We wish them well. Well, if you're wishing for an even warmer and drier forecast, I've got one for you.
Indeed we do. Getting a little bit back to what summer, really should feel. We've been in a very cool and certainly a damp pattern, to put it politely, for a number of days and weeks, but slowly and surely we have climbed out of that and back to closer to where we should be. We've gone from the low 80s, upper 70s, low 80s for weeks on end, and a lot of showers and storms, certainly the chance thereof, to not so many of those, and temperatures up into the mid and upper 80s. 62 degrees tonight, mostly clear skies, nothing more than a light and variable wind to wrap up your Tuesday. Tomorrow, sunny and clear, a high in the low 80s at 83, mostly clear tomorrow night, and 63 for your low. Calm winds, calm conditions start to finish, as they will be again on Thursday. Temperatures, however, are increasing. We get up to around 86 sunny, 65 that night, partly cloudy again, clear, calm, really nice, and a bit warmer. We'll hold on to 86 degrees for your Friday, and we will factor in a very slight and minor, and I hate to even put it in there, but a 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms according to the National Weather Service, like 4 to 7. That's it. Otherwise, 86, 66, sunny, nice, and I think certainly dry for most everyone on your Friday. And for the weekend, a little warmer still, 85, 86 degrees on your Saturday, sunny and clear, and definitely perking up, cranking it up a little bit for your Sunday. That's the highest we have seen a forecasted day in I do not know how long, but 88 degrees and sunny on your Sunday. Upper 80s again on your Monday at 87. And then we start a little bit of a downhill trek thereafter, 85 by Tuesday. You'll notice some shower and storm chances will accompany those days where we see the temperatures just backing off just a bit. But mid and upper 80s this weekend. Nice.
McGoffin County Fiscal Court has called a special session for tomorrow. I suspect I'll have that and a host of other news and information when I see you for what will be a winding down Wednesday. For now, enjoy the rest of this evening, and I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.